again, everybody, and welcome to the Jamey Chadwell Show here at North Greenville University, where Christ makes the difference. Well, Coach, it's homecoming week. Nice to be home after 4 consecutive games on the road.
It is very thankful to be back in our own beds for a while. Be able to practice and not have to pack up and leave out early mornings or come back late at night. So we're excited about being home for sure.
Well, it's obviously the chance to play in front of the home crowd after a long, long break. It's got to be exciting for your players.
Our guys are obviously homecoming's important for a lot of reasons. Namely, it gives people a chance to come back and see their alma mater, see the positive things that are happening. And hopefully, people will be able to see that in our football program. But the first 2 home games have been great crowds, and I expect another great crowd. And we feel like we can feed off of that home crowd. So it would be good to have some people cheering for you and not booing you. So that'll be good.
Well, Coach, you said last week it must have been quite an honor meeting Coach Terry Bowden last week. Obviously, that had to have been a high point for you, but that team certainly had some talent.
They were. Coach Bowden was very gracious, before the game. During the game, he wasn't. And afterwards, he was very gracious in some of the words he said about our program and things. But it was, you grow up. I remember in high school when he was the coach at Auburn when I was in high school and different things. So being able to meet him and what his family's about was a pretty great honor for me. But they were a very talented team. They deserved the ranking. If they're number 3, I'd hate to see the number 1 team because they were pretty good from every position. And it was a great experience for our guys. I thought our guys battled hard and played with them, and they were a better team. But our guys were able to see what type of effort it takes and to try to reach a level that we need to get to. So it was good for us in some ways.
That's one of the things Coach Bowden did say after the game. He complimented your players on playing hard all the way through. They never stopped playing.
Yeah, he mentioned that to me after the game there, and I appreciated doing that. And that's something you want as a coach, or no matter what, you want your guys to finish and play hard no matter what the score, no matter what the circumstances. And that's something that as a staff we're very proud of our guys because we felt like every game they're giving everything they can.
Well, Coach, I know you were a little bit dejected after the game, but there had to be some positives that came out of that game for you.
I think there was. We went in defensive plan wise to try to put pressure on the quarterback and call some things, and I felt our defense, put a lot of pressure on them. They just had some guys make some plays on them too, and then offensively, we knew the only chance we had was try to control the clock and not turn the football over. We didn't turn it over. We actually had time of possession during the game, so we accomplished some of the goals we had. Now, we didn't put the ball in the end zone or things like that. But there was some positive that came out of the game that you can build on and say, hey, this is what we tried to do. We accomplished this part. Here's what we need to do to make it better next time. So it was a good learning lesson for us.
Any particular individuals you could cite for their efforts in that game?
I thought defensively, I thought that Andre Bernardi and John L. Bell really played well. They get a lot of pub, obviously being D-line and doing a good job and going up against the top team in the country. They really got after the quarterback, and I thought defensively they did really well as far as putting pressure and showing that they can play at that type of level. I thought they did an outstanding job. And then I'd like to mention Zach Sears, our young kicker. He went in, got a field goal. He's I think made 2 out of his last 3. We've not kicked a lot, but really done well. And taking control of that position as a young freshman is very encouraging.
Absolutely. Well, you said that was a victory for your team at the end there to score some points and not get shut out.
Yeah, anytime when you play and you put a lot of effort into something, you want to try to have something that you can see visually to help. We got 3 points. It's 50-3, obviously, but every little thing matters when you're building a program. Every little step that you can take that's into the right direction, and that was a step in the right direction to get the program where we needed to go. Every little step that you can take that's into the right direction, and that was a step in the right direction to get the program where we needed to go. And so we built on that. We built on the positives.
Well, Coach, I wrote in the game notes this week, your team must feel like they've run out of a burning building. Now they're going to run back into another one this Saturday.
That's right. Charleston's, coming down here. They're 7-0, number 11 in the country. They just came out with the regional rankings that determine playoffs. I think they're number 3 in their region of playoffs, so they're up in the line for a playoff bid. So the schedule makers is not doing us any favors on homecoming for sure. And so, but it's a good challenge. You want to play the very best you can because it lets you know where you're at. And they're a great team. We've been watching them on film, and it'll be a huge challenge for us. But I know our guys are excited about being home and excited about seeing the progress we made from last week through this week of practice, being over fall break and things. And I think we'll come out and play well.
Any particular kind of special preparations you're going to do for this game against Charleston?
Well, they're unique on offense. They're an option attack similar to a Lenore Ryan that we played before, so it takes a lot more defensive-wise. You got to be really fundamentally sound and disciplined. So had to spend some time on that as far as making sure guys know what they're going to do there. And then offensively, we're just trying to do things, control things we control. Not turn the ball over, not having foolish penalties and things like that. And that's something that we've really tried to put an emphasis on is don't beat ourselves. Let's execute the game plan to the best ability we can.
Well, homecoming activities will last all week here at North Greenville. Will culminate at halftime this Saturday with the announcement of the homecoming court and a lot of other activities are going on. Well, Coach, you got a week off next week before going down to Clark, Atlanta on October 31st and wrapping up the season on November 7th here. So,
yeah, it's we got 2 out of our last 3 home games, and so we want to make sure we can close out the season right. And we're trying to take one game at a time. I mean, we told our team we were 1-0 after Edward Waters. We're 1-1. We got one more left. We want to be 1-0 after Charleston and then go from there. So we've got little mini goals that we've set, and that's what we're shooting for.
Well, we're hoping to get a big surprise with Charleston coming up this Saturday.
I hope so. We do too.
Well, that's all we have time for this week. For Coach Jamey Chadwell, I'm Fred Battenfield. This is the Crusader Sports Network.